Well, welcome to music. Remember me? I'm Mrs. Ivan. Today we're going to have a lesson on how to begin to read music on the staff. Concepts that we're going to go over is the following: staff, notation, line note, space note. My objectives are to be able to start to read standard notation and to understand the history behind standard notation. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to do the following. You should be able to draw a 5-line staff. You can place line notes on the staff. You can place space notes on the staff. And you can identify line and space notes by their name. Remember him? This guy is Guido de Arezzo. He is the 11th century monk who invented the system of writing notes on a staff on paper. Before him, all music had to be learned by rote. This is another picture of Guido, and this is also another invention he started, which is called the Guido hand sign. Today, it has, we still use it. We use it as what we call solfege. So this is the system that Guido invented. When Guido lived, it was a 4-line staff. About 100 years after his death, it went to a 5-line staff. This is a lot to learn, so we're going to break it down into chunks. This is the treble clef. The line notes are E, G, B, D, F. Every good boy does fine. We use a saying so that we can remember the line note names. Every good boy does fine. The spaces spell the word face, F-A-C-E. The bass clef, the line notes, G, B, D, F, A. Good boys do fine always. And for the space notes, it's all cows eat grass. Now, what I need you to do, we're going to slow this down a little bit, is to draw a 5-line staff on a piece of paper. It doesn't have to be perfect. Mine isn't perfect. And then I want you to draw line notes and space notes going up. You may pause this video at any time or reverse it and go back to see if you've missed anything. Here we are again. Turn your paper over and draw another staff. I'm going to draw a treble clef. That's not necessarily something you need to do, but I do want you to draw line notes. And notice that the line notes are half above the line and half below the line. I also want you to label the notes with their note name. And then fill in the sentence. Every good boy does fine. Turn your paper over again. And this time we are going to draw another staff. And we're going to do the space notes. Notice that the space notes don't go through the line. They go between the lines. And we're going to label our notes. And there's no saying here, we just use the word face. And remember that. So now I went and got a staff, so it just looks a little bit prettier. And what I'm showing you here is how we count up to find that note name. I count each line so I can find that note name. So you see how I'm doing this? And let's say for the G note, I start on every and I count every good. Oh, that's a G note, and then I label it. Every good boy does. Oh, that's a D note, and I put the D down below. Every good boy. Oh, that's a B note. Put the note name down below. Every good boy does fine. F note. Here we are doing our space notes. I'm counting the spaces. F A, A note. F A C E, E note. F note. F A C, C note. Here's the next step. You need some practice time. So you have a choice between two options. One option is to look at a movie that's going to explain this again. The other option is to play a game. And both of those I'll have links in the lesson plan, so you can just click on them and go there. For the game, there's a little movie that I made just to show you how to get into the game and what it looks like.